The Rebbe in the SICHAH now proceeds to deconstruct the Rashi and poses a series of 7 anomalies. The first of which questions the Gur Aryeh's understanding of Rashi's commentary. According to the Gur Aryeh, when Rashi writes V'yashuvu as Kisheshavu mitur haaretz, upon their return from the 40 days of scouting the land, Herimu alav et kol ha'eda, they provoked against it or him, referring to God, the entire congregation through the hotzuat dibah, the presentation of a slanderous report. In other words, Pasuk 36, with the words V'yashuvu v'yalinu, refers back to the incitement mentioned in Perek 13, and not to a second incitement that might be read into the V'yashuvu v'yalinu. The Pasuk then goes on to inform us as to what happened to the 10 Meraglim, that they died in a Magefa Lifnei Hashem. The Rebbe asks that if that is the case, the entire Pasuk, Bamidbar 14:36, is superfluous. When one steps back and looks at the sequence of Pasukim leading up to and following this Pasuk. The initial intent of HaKadosh Baruch Hu was to wipe out the entire nation and start again. Moshe interceded and a compromise was reached in which the entire generation were precluded from ever entering Eretz Yisrael. The decree of remaining in the Midbar for the 40-year time period until that entire generation would die a natural death. Bamidbar hazeh yitamu v'sham yamutu. They will complete their lives in this desert and they will die there. A distinction is made, however, between the participants and the instigators. Pasuk 37 informs us that the 10 Meraglim died in a plague Lifnei Hashem. According to this rather straightforward narrative, the entire Pasuk 36, even as it comes as an introduction to 37, is not informing us of any new information, and therefore, on the surface at least, there was no reason for its inclusion. One could justify its inclusion if we were to reject the Gur Aryeh's reading of Rashi in favor of a second provocation, for then the V'yashuvu v'yalinu points to a second incitement. But if we accept the Gur Aryeh's reading of Rashi, there was no second provocation, and hence the entire Pasuk is superfluous. The Rebbe applies a number of rules with respect to the commentary of Rashi, one of which is that he does not include superfluous information in his commentary. Whatever is written in the commentary is not there for literary embellishment. If, as the Gur Aryeh understands Rashi, that the point that he is making is to link Pasuk 36 not with a second incitement, but rather to the incitement recorded in Perek 13, the original incitement, then all Rashi should have written in his commentary under the heading of V'yashuvu are the 3 words Ukesheshavu mitur haaretz, as opposed to the heated debate they had with Kalev. Instead, he adds information that on the surface at least is not germane to the commentary, that Herimu alav et kol ha'eda b'hotzaat dibah otam anashim vayamutu. In the category of not including information that was unnecessary, we have the rule that Rashi does not repeat information that had previously been established. In his commentary, he adds the words Herimu alav et kol ha'eda b'hotzaat dibah, that upon their return they fomented and riled up the entire congregation against alav, it, the land, or HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is merely a repeat of information recorded in the Chumash text. V'yashuvu v'yalinu alav et kol ha'eda l'hotzi dibah al haaretz. Fourthly, Rashi adds at the conclusion of this segment, Otam anashim vayamutu, those people died once again. This is information contained in the following pasuk, Vayamutu ha'anashim b'magefa lifnei Hashem. It could be argued that the Gur Aryeh does not necessarily accept the parameters that the Lubavitcher Rebbe has with respect to Rashi's commentary, but from the Rebbe's own position, these 4 anomalies would need to be addressed.